Hey, welcome to Digging into the Bible. My name is Jim Barnard. This is a production of Tiller Coaching. All right, well, it is day 63. Thank you for joining me. We are starting Matthew chapter 24 today. And as we saw yesterday, Jesus is now kind of done with his public part of his ministry. He wrapped up with the woe attitudes, trademarked, and now he is moving on, so to speak. But his ministry is really not done. It's just that he's not giving, public talks or healings or going back and forth with the Pharisees. Everything is in motion, and he is accelerating towards the cross. So he is going to be spending a lot of time with the disciples and getting them ready for that and what's coming afterwards. And obviously the cross is the best part of Jesus's ministry. And so, with that as the backdrop, let's go ahead and dig in. This is Matthew 24, starting at verse 1. Jesus left the temple and was going away when his disciples came to point out to him the buildings of the temple. But he answered them, "You see all these, do you not? Truly, I say to you, there will not be left here one stone upon another that will not be thrown down." As he sat on the Mount of Olives, the disciples came to him privately, saying, "Tell us, when will these things be? And what will be the sign of your coming and of the end of the age?" And Jesus answered them, "See that no one leads you astray. For many will come in my name, saying, 'I am the Christ,' and they will lead many astray. And you will hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not alarmed, for this must take place. But the end is not yet. For nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in various places. All these are but the beginning of the birth pains. Then they will deliver you up to tribulation and put you to death, and you will be hated by all nations for my name's sake. And then many will fall away and betray one another and hate one another. And many false prophets will arise and lead many astray. And because of lawlessness will be increased, the love of many will grow cold. But the one who endures to the end will be saved, and the gospel of the kingdom will be proclaimed throughout the whole world as a testimony to all nations, and then the end will come. All right, so this wasn't like a light and cheery part. This is obviously Jesus talking very plainly and real-like to inform people, his disciples, what is going to happen and how everything is going to unravel. And that is the sin, the nature of sin and brokenness in our life and in this world, that we are moving closer and closer to the birth of tribulation. I use that phrase because it says birth pains. And, I think all of us could kind of say, wow, 2020, what a year, man. I don't know if this is birth pains or tribulation, probably birth pains, but there's been a lot to endure this year, right? I mean, you might be watching this way in the future, so it's like, I don't really remember what that was like, but this was a rough one, man. And, there's been wars and rumors of wars, nation against nation. There's been famines and earthquakes and viruses. Jesus left out the viruses here, but okay, fine. Here's the thing, there's a lot of people that get wrapped up and lost into predicting, the apocalypse is going to be on February 23rd, 2021. That's my bold prediction. I don't actually mean that at all. But a lot of people will get carried up in the Mayan calendar is predicting this. And here we go. This is the fourth blood moon. I don't know. All of that stuff is very interesting, but no one will know the date or the hour. And, I think Jesus is encouraging us not to get carried away of when, but how we're going to handle ourselves. Verse 10 says this, "And then many will fall away and betray one another and hate one another." And I hate that that's a real statement. I think that Jesus is obviously very intuitive with this statement, but I hate that it's real, because instead of being focused on what is or what should be, man, I can just focus myself on doing the thing that Jesus talked about a few days ago when he was asked about the greatest commandment. Basically he says, love the Lord your God with everything. And And then also love your neighbor as much as you love yourself. And those two commandments, that is the greatest. And if I spent all of my time, or at least a vast majority of my time, doing that, man, it really wouldn't matter when the end comes. Like, I would be vastly equipped for the endurance. The verse 13 says, "But the one who endures to the end will be saved." I think that's what it looks like to endure, is just to stay so staunchly focused on loving God and loving others. Like, that is what it's all about. And there's going to be some incredibly hard times. We've experienced some as probably birth pains, but we're going to experience more. What are you willing to endure? Is the endurance worth it? I'll tell you, in my opinion, yeah, absolutely. I think we have to endure. We've been enduring this whole time. Like, why don't we endure more? Like, we've all had to deal with sufferings and hurts and pains and expectation gaps. Like, what's a little bit more? Well, I know we don't want any more, but we're capable of this. We can endure. So with that, I guess I'm over time. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I will see you tomorrow as we continue on with Matthew chapter 24. I'll see you then.